Okay, so I decided to double record because I've been trying to, my internet was down earlier, so I want to apologize for hopping on here late. I wanted to release this early this morning, but we didn't have internet. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are having a snow day because if you know, when it snows down here in the south, everything else shuts down. So I decided to maximize this snow day. I was supposed to work from home today, but since the office is closed, your girl have a free day to do whatever I please. So I wanted to hop on here. I've been wanting to share a little bit about what's been going on with me, and also hopefully I can encourage someone, inspire someone. So if you're tuning in and you know someone, one of your friends, sister friends, mom, brother, sister, cousin, who could use some encouragement this morning, I want you to share this video on your page or invite them to tune in with you this morning as we talk about why health matters, and also talk about a little bit about mental health, physical health, and also spiritual health. So many don't know, but about 2 years ago, I was struggling with depression and having the hardest time of my life becoming unstuck. I want you to give me some hearts if you've been in a place before where you just felt stuck. You felt like everything was falling apart. You felt like no one really understood what you were going through. You felt like you couldn't find the answer to your problem. You felt like maybe you felt like, you know, all the people that told you that they once went through whatever it is you're struggling with, but you still felt stuck. You felt like they still didn't understand. I want you to give me some hearts if, excuse me, you've been in that place before. And while everyone is hopping on with their buddies, I'm going to stay on track because if you know me, sometimes I start to ramble. So I really want to make sure I'm able to share the information that I wanted to get out there to those that need encouragement this morning, and continue to invite them. So this live recording is definitely for those that feel alone, that struggle with depression. Maybe you struggled with depression before. If you're one that maybe you're anxious about something, maybe you're anxious about a big promotion that's coming up and you really want it. Maybe you are struggling with stress. Maybe your eating is out of whack because you're a comfort eater or stress eater like I am. Or maybe you just need to find balance. Maybe you're a mom, maybe you're in school, and you're just trying to find balance with everything. It's like, you know, they say, you know, have self-care and all of this stuff, but it's like, how can I make time for myself, being that I have so many roles to play, right? So if that's you, I want you to drop a 1 below, because I want to make sure that for those that are watching, they know that they're not alone when it comes to them finding balance or having a hard time finding balance with everything that's going on in their day. So a little bit about me. I'm Taneisha Anderson. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Relocated to Atlanta, Georgia. Married my college sweetheart. Received my bachelor's degree in accounting at Alabama A&M University. And like many college grads, had the hardest time of my life trying to find employment. You know, like the typical graduate, you know, I went to college, graduated with honors, and I just knew I was going to like be set when it came to my career. Like I graduated with honors, like heck yeah. But that wasn't my story. Like everything started to fall apart. I was applying to temp agency after temp agency, and it took about a year and a half for me to find or finally launch my career. In the midst of all that, I had student loans, collectors, and all these people calling me wanting their money, but honey, I did not have it. So while struggling with all that, I was very overwhelmed. I was very stressed. The bills started to climb. At the same time, me and my husband, we were engaged at the time, still trying to find our footing in corporate America. So it was very overwhelming. So if you've been there before, maybe you too have student loans, I want you to drop the word student loans below, because I want to make sure for those that are struggling with paying off their student loans that they know they are not alone. We are in this together. We are locking our arms and really setting ourselves in a mental space to be able to achieve the goals that we have in 2018. So like I was saying, I was struggling with depression. I was very overwhelmed. I couldn't find a job. The only, I think, positive thing that was going on at that time is that I think I was also planning my wedding at the same time. So during that time of all that stress and finding balance, I gained a ton of weight. I was 195, almost 45 to 50 pounds overweight. A lot of my weight came from being stressed and eating those things I had no business eating, but it was comforting to me. It was like my wine, like the Zaxby fries and the Zax sauce and anything fried, snacks, all of that became my comforter, right? So I gained all this weight. I got up to my highest weight, which was about 195, 197. And then, of course, with the weight gain, I had the hardest time with self-confidence. Like, it was like I gained all this weight, and not only was I stressed because I couldn't find a job, now I'm very overwhelmed because I don't like the way I look. So that's kind of where I stood when I started to go on this journey and really be intentional about my mental health, as well as my spiritual walk and my physical health. So with having a background, family struggling with diabetes and high blood pressure, I knew I was at my breaking point. I knew I had to make some changes, but I was so stuck, I didn't know where to start. So what I started was creating habits around feeding myself positive information so that I can overcome the weight loss that was haunting me, that was haunting my thoughts, that was making me lose self-confidence, that was making me so stressed. Even though I didn't have the job I wanted, even though my life didn't look like what I wanted it to look like, I started to create these habits to still find peace, even though things were not looking how I wanted them to look, right? So if you're on here and it's like, okay, how can I find peace in all these areas of my life, even if things never change, even if I don't get the job, how can I still find peace? Even if I don't find the man of my life, how can I still find peace? Even if I don't lose the weight when I want to lose the weight, how can I still find peace? So I want to tell you, sister, friend, or, dude, brother, all of y'all who's watching this or watching the replay, that we got this. And I say that because I've been there before. I say that because even though I'm not perfect, I'm perfecting these habits to make sure that my mental state, my spiritual state, as well as my physical state is all lined up so that I have the peace and also the joy that I know that I deserve. So here we are. Things are falling apart. We need motivation. How do we get unstuck, right? So I label this health matters because I feel like when you have your mental together, your spiritual walk together, your physical health together, or even just two of those things together, you start to feel a shift in your life, right? So all of that stuff matters. All of that stuff is tied into your health. All of that stuff is going to allow you in 2018 to become the best version of yourself, because that's what we want, right? We're making these vision boards, and it's like, okay, we put all these pictures on this vision board and make all these goals, and it's like, okay, we also have to have the mindset to be able to achieve the things that we put on our vision board. So you are in for a treat, because I'm going to share some of the things that allowed me to get my mental health together, my physical health together, as well as my spiritual walk together. Now, let me give you a nugget. Let me tell you, I am not perfect. All this stuff, what I'm sharing is what I'm using right now so that I could continue to build a foundation of a healthy mindset to become the best version of myself. So maybe you find two things that's helpful for you to be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve. So I'm just going to give you a few of my nuggets that's helping me to really make sure I have a daily routine to achieve those things that matter the most to me. So I hope to share my journey for inspiration, encouragement, to let you know that you're not alone, to give you a tool to help you become unstuck as the days start to pass throughout 2018, to let you know, you're not the only one that's going through this, but not only that, to say that you're not alone, but to give you some things that's working for me. So I'm going to share how all those things tie together and also provide with you my toolkit. So here we go. So the first thing that really allowed me to really find some balance and allow me to vent and really get things off my chest was getting therapy. Taking part in finding a therapist that really understand me, that really allowed me to be comfortable in my skin, and not necessarily be comfortable in what it was I was going through, because of course, if you're going through life, you're bound to go through struggles. Like, we are not, like, you're not doing life if you're not going through challenges. So by me seeking a therapist, that was the first step to me gaining the mental health that I needed to be able to achieve the things that I wanted in my life. So about 2.5 years ago, I think at the time, I was reading something, and it was, this life coach was basically sharing the importance of seeing a therapist and making sure, if you're going every year to have your physical checkup, you should definitely also be going and making some time or carving out some time to have a mental checkup, right? And, I know sometimes in our community, some people make therapy or counseling like taboo, like it's something that people don't want to talk about, but you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, if I go to therapy, people are going to think I'm crazy. No, if you go to therapy, people are going to admire the breakthroughs that you're going to have. And who cares what people think? Because at the end of the day, you're the one that's dealing with those thoughts, and you definitely want to do whatever you can possibly do or have control to do and seek therapy. I really, really enjoy therapy. I continue to go on a monthly basis, even if I don't even have anything challenging going on in my life. It's very, very soothing for me. It's comforting. It also allows me to take off any of the masks that we may have, because sometimes I know when people are talking to others, they put on this mask like everything is okay. And I feel like, because I've been there before, so I feel like with going to therapy, it allows you to take off all of those masks and really be yourself and get the help that you need. One thing I was able to gain from therapy is that, okay, you don't need to be perfect. However, you can perfect and be intentional about the things that you want in your life, and also take the time to be present and process the thoughts that's going on, that's making you, that's a trigger to the actions or the bad thinking or the feeling defeated, whatever you're going through at that time. So I feel like therapy is life-changing. So if you haven't tried it, or if you're feeling very, very stuck, I would highly suggest to find a therapist that speaks to your soul or speaks to your problem. So that was a huge thing that really helped me to become unstuck. So that ties into mental health being very, very important. So like Lisa said, going to sit on that comfortable sofa and talking it out. And it's so crazy because, like I tell my therapist, it's like, oh my gosh, you're getting paid so much money, but I'm doing all the talking. So as you continue to talk about your issues in a safe place, you solve your own problems. So, just talking it out really allows you to process everything that's going on in your life. So therapy has been a game changer for me. Another thing that's helped me with my health and all of those health things that I mentioned, such as mental health, physical, and my spiritual health, is having a community filled with like-minded individuals to help you stay grounded. So currently I have a few accountability partners, as well as a community I just created. If you want to be added to that community, I want you to drop below, add me to the community, so that I can definitely get you plugged in to be surrounded by positive individuals. If you're going through something in your life, you need people to speak to your soul, speak to your problems, tell you that not only is it going to be okay, but other people that will hold you accountable to stay committed to becoming a better version than who you were in 2017. So this community allows you to be yourself, allows you to go through some of the toolkits or podcasts or books that I've been reading, and maybe add that to your collection to help you through the challenging moment that you're going through in your life. So if you want to be added to that community, definitely drop below. Add me to the community, because that has definitely helped me stay encouraged, stay inspired, allowed me to run things by other individuals that maybe struggle with some of the other things. So outside of that community group, I have accountability partners. And what this allows me to do is that when you're ready to give up, because yes, we are going to become overwhelmed, right? No, it's not Amy group. I have a Facebook group that I created. Definitely send me a DM and I will add you to that community group so that you can be surrounded by positive vibes. Now, I also have another accountability on Instagram, a community that's geared around my spiritual walk. I realize when I am surrounded by people that are like-minded or going through the same things, I do better. I perform better. So I also created another community that's surrounded, that includes women. We're doing this Bible study together on Instagram and creating a Bible study tool that we can use throughout 2018 so that we can come more disciplined in our walk with God. So this is not a Bible study live, but this is me sharing all the communities or accountability tools that I currently take part in so that I can become a more whole Taneisha. So definitely, if you want to get connected to those communities, definitely send me a DM so I can add you to that. The first thing was therapy allowed me to really achieve in all these three areas of health: mental, physical, and spiritual. Another thing that helped me when it came to my stress, because like I said, I was very overwhelmed and I felt stuck. So I wanted to become unstuck and I wanted to become less stressed, because as a result of me becoming, hey girl, as a result of me becoming unstuck, I felt like everything, it would be like a ripple effect. I'll lose the weight, I'll become more positive, I'll have more peace. So outside of going to therapy, I still felt a bit very, very tense. Now, if you know me, I know I could stress a lot, worry a lot, all of that. But mind you, like I said, I'm perfecting. So one thing that I started to add to my routine is a stress reliever. I used to do about a few glasses of wine, but that wasn't so good. I wanted a different way to relieve my stress. So outside of drinking wine, like a bottle of wine maybe that lasted 2 weeks, I wanted a more natural way to like soothe myself when I wasn't going to therapy, right? Because first of all, therapy can be very expensive. So I not only wanted to go to therapy, but I also wanted to make sure when I came home, I have created an atmosphere so that I can stay grounded. So one of the things, or one of the natural ways that I, on a day-to-day, I take the time to do is light my essential oil diffuser. So this diffuser is my baby. I have it going in the house. If you know anything about aromatherapy, when you're going to the spa, you feel like the environment is just right. You're relaxing. You're positive. You're about to get your massage. You're taking off your clothes and doing all this other stuff, right, to prepare your mind for a experience. I wanted to create that same atmosphere when I'm at home. So I invested in an essential oil diffuser. And it's so cute because it came with maybe 4 or 5 essential oils that spoke to different moods that I wanted. So it came with an essential oil to help me wake up in the morning. It came with an essential oil to help me relax. It came with another essential oil to clear my thoughts. And then it also came with another essential oil that help in a time where you needed to defend against being sick. So it was so amazing. I also just recently bought the lavender essential oil, which was a great way for my house to smell good. So not only is my house smelling good, it's also allowing me to feel relaxed. So yes, it's still great to have your glass of wine while the diffuser is going, but it's even better to create that environment, even if you can't afford to go to the spa, right? Sometimes we want to invest in all this stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh, if only I could go and get a full body massage, if only I can go and get my nails done, if only I could do all this stuff. And it's like, no, I need the cheapest way to get my stress, my positive vibes going in my home. So even in those moments when I can't go to the spa, I have this diffuser that's going to last forever, where I can just put some faucet water in there, put my essential oil in there, and I'm on my way. So outside of the essential oils, the other natural way that I relieve my stress is these bad boys, my Convienza. Yes. So if you know anything about like I said, when I first started my mental health journey, I was reading all these blogs and all these articles on relieving stress, overcoming anxiety, overcoming the hormones or the stress hormones that's released when you're overwhelmed. So in the midst of all my research, I realized there are different forms of medications that can help you really release and become more calm. But for me, I honestly, I was afraid to take things that were not natural. So at the time, I was looking for a natural way to really not satisfied, but really fight against those stress hormones that I was having. Even though I really don't like taking a lot of pills, this became my best friend. And what Convienza is, it's an anti-stress formula, right? So the thing is that before we even become bogged down, our body is releasing all these stress hormones in the inside, right? And I'm no doctor, so I'm telling you what I learned about myself, right? So our body is releasing all these stress hormones, and then when they set in, that's when I was starting to eat Zaxby's, fried foods, becoming stressed, negative thoughts, all this stuff was setting in. So when I started to try the Convienza stress formula, I started to notice when I take them before the stress sets in or those stressful moments in my day, I'm more relaxed. So I'm able to focus. I'm able to get through the day. I'm able to really be in tune with my thoughts. So it started to become a part of my daily routine. Now I no longer wait until the stress sets in and I start to have all these stress cravings, right? Now I take the Convienza right before my lunch hour, because normally for me, with working 7 to 8.5 hours, I noticed that I could proactively approach those stressful moments. So if I know in the afternoon when it's almost time to go home and I'm counting down the clock that I'm going to become a bit more stressed, or I know I have to get in Atlanta traffic, I want to proactively make sure that I have created my peace bubble, right? So that's where the Convienza come in. So outside of therapy, my accountability community groups, if you're just now hopping on, we are talking about how health matters, how mental, physical, and spiritual health is very important. So outside of Convienza, the oils to help you relax, we're going to lose weight, right? We're no longer stressed. We're loving everything about our personal journey. We're added to these accountability groups and have our accountability partners to really achieve the things we want to achieve in 2018. So this year is going to be amazing when we really start to be intentional about the things that matters, our mental health, our spiritual health, our physical health, because they all tie in together. So if you want accountability to make sure that you are truly being intentional about your personal journey, definitely drop a message below and I will add you. But I'm just so excited that I now have a game plan and a toolkit to really make sure that I'm the best version of myself this year. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about today, definitely reach out. I'm an open book, and I'm just so excited to see what the year will be like. So yes, That's all I have. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about tonight? I see a few of you want to be added to the community. On Instagram, I had a young lady ask me about my stress detox challenge. I actually have a challenge going on for the outside of the community. I have a toolbox that includes some of my favorite natural ways to relax. So you definitely could receive that information about the detox challenge. If you want information about the stress detox challenge, definitely comment below. Add me to the detox challenge for stress. And I really look forward to seeing you guys be great this year, taking care of your health, because someone needs you, the world needs you. You have a real purpose. And I say that because these are things that I'm telling myself every single day as I become the best version of myself. Affirmations are a huge part of my journey. I'm actually launching or starting these affirmation events local here in Atlanta, Georgia. So definitely get connected so that you can be added to this amazing movement to really have everything that matters ties in so that you can be the best version of yourself. If you're in Atlanta, be safe out there on those roads. Go and make a snowman, spend time with your family, something, because duty calls tomorrow. We will be back at work. So yeah, thanks for hopping on, and I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Let me know if you have any questions. Have one heck of a snow day, Atlanta. Bye, y'all.